Hey, what is up guys, OctusMan here today once again, and today I'm going to be showing you guys a little bit of gameplay on the T-28. In this video, I will be teaching you guys how to use your T-28 American tank destroyer, and when to use it, why you should get this tank, why you shouldn't get this tank, what I like about this tank, what I really dislike about this tank. Basically everything you want to know about this tank. So we're starting off with Desert Sands, and I am in my lumbersome T-28, at least the T-95 tank destroyer. That is, well, just an absolutely overpowered tank, except for its maneuverability. So I see his T-25-2, and I try to put a shot on him. That doesn't work. The frontal armor of a T-28 is pretty strong. I do not have the fully upgraded gun. As you can see, I took a shot in the side from whatever tank that was. I do not know, so I just back up a little bit, and then I keep on putting shells in this T-25-2 because he's so easy just to hit. I got spotted, unsurprisingly. In a tier 8 battle, you bounce a lot of shots off the front of this armor. And to be honest, guys, this gun might be better than the 51,000 experience gun, just because it does have a better DPM. And it's just, I find it a lot more fun to use this gun than the other one. But I haven't researched the other gun yet, but I have tried it out on someone else's other account because they allowed me to go on theirs, and it's definitely a lot more fun. These guns I find more fun than the other one because the sheer rate of fire on it. So I didn't want this KV-1S to take out that only tank destroyer that is covering me right now. So I set him on fire, I put another shell into him, and then he's taken out by the AT-8. I do not want that AT-8 to be taken out, because if he is taken out, then I'm the only one left. As you can see, I'm using my T-28 very well in this instance. A T-28 works surprisingly well on this map. You can do very well on this map with a T-28. In tier 8 battles, this thing's fantastic, it really is. But if you're in a tier 9 battle, I mean, like, it's not that bad. But if you get into a tier 10 battle, then, well, you're done for. Yep, you will get destroyed in the first 5 minutes. So this is the problem with T-28 right here. People can easily circle you. So I decided to use this building right here to back it up a little bit. He keeps on putting shells into me. This one, we did win this one. I mean, obviously, it's like, what, 5 versus 1? No, 4, no, yeah, 5 versus 1. We obviously won this one. I survived this one. This guy was giving me a bunch of trouble, so I tried to get the kill on him, but I did not get the kill on him. But don't worry, we have another battle coming up after this one. So here we are again on Desert Sands, and this is what happens when your team decides to ditch you and just absolutely leave you alone. Okay, this is what happens. So my team's just like, okay, well, he's a T-28, so let's just leave him here and let's all go desert. If this is, yeah, let's all go desert. I say no, but they all go desert, so I'm left here all by myself, so I'm like, okay, I gotta get myself in a corner, so I start reversing anytime now. Yeah, here we go, I start reversing into that little corner over there. This tank is very, very slow, but it's also very heavily armored on the front. To be honest, I should have just turned around and drove there, but I did not want to let any of the tanks that might be coming up this way to shoot me in my butt and pretty much just high explosive me out of this town. So I'm backing up. I actually did very, very well under the circumstances. Definitely a problem when your team decides to ditch you and they go on the whole entire other side of the map and they still haven't encountered any tanks. Yeah, well, that's because they're all over here, guys. that KB5 gets a lucky shot on me, but I'm bouncing shots like crazy. I already bounced 2. I aim for this Jagdpanzer. That's a 3rd bounce right there. These are tier 8s and tier 7s and tier 6 tanks. I did not bounce that one, but that's a 4th bounce right there. I've bounced 4 shots so far, mostly from that IS-6. I see his KB5 put another shot into him. He's aiming for my weak points and my tracks just to keep me tracked. This IS-6 is out in the open. I don't get a shot on him. Try to get a shot on the KB5. Don't get a shot on him either. Alright, so then this KB2, I don't know where his shell... I mean, look at that. His shell went absolutely nowhere near me. He was not being very smart, trying to come up to a T-28 like that. If I was in my KB2, I would have gone around the T-28 and it shot it in the side so I could one-shot it. But then this IS-3 decides to come up. He did not flank me, which was a mistake on his part, so I was able to take out the KB2, which was an extremely lucky shot. That IS-3 does penetrate me with an APCR shell, but the IS-6 does bounce, so I load some APCR so I can penetrate these guys. I was hoping that I'd be able to survive, but that is not what happened. The IS-6 took me right out. That's what happens when your team just decides to leave you alone. But don't worry, that's not the end of this video. I still have one more gameplay for you guys. So without further ado, let's get to it. Alright, here we are in Port Bay. This is a tier 9 match. So, as I said, the T-28 can do pretty well in a tier 9 match. Well, this will prove it to you. It doesn't do damage in a tier 9 match without your, without the upgraded gun, the tier 10 gun, but it will do some bouncing shots. But, you know, we won't see any bouncing shots until we get to about, I don't know, maybe a minute or so into the video. You guys will see. As you guys have seen throughout this video, though, this thing has bounced shot after shot after shot on the front of this tank. But in the end, guys, you usually die. You can bounce 2,000 hit points worth of damage, but you're still gonna die in the end. This tank is just so lumbersome. That's always what happens, and your team almost always ditches you. So, you know, whatever. If they ditch you, you know what, back up into a corner, use the armor on your front, and just bounce shots after shots. It's very fun to bounce shots off this thing. When I first got this thing, I was very frustrated with it. I did not like it. It was terrible, so I sold it. But then I was like, you know what? I really want the C95, even though it's probably way worse than this tank. So, I went and I rebought it, and now I'm up to 12 million credits. So, once I get to grind my way through here and I can get the T95, I'll make a video of that tank as well. This Christmas, I probably will have the Maus, if you guys have ever heard of that tank. The big, mighty German tank that everybody is scared of, besides the E100. And at this point, I'm thinking that someone's going to come out from over there. But the IS-3 takes a shell and almost doesn't bounce it. So I'm like, okay, well, there's a Tankenstein up there. Yay, that's so much fun. He's not going to be able to penetrate my frontal armor. No way, he's a Tankenstein. He's tier 7. He can't possibly penetrate my frontal armor. And he didn't penetrate my frontal armor. He penetrated my top armor.